Welcome back, hockey fans. This is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where I'm normally covering New Jersey Devils hockey. However, the hockey community suffered an extremely painful loss last night, and I felt I had to come on here and talk about it for a minute. Last night, at around 10 or 11 o'clock, the platform formerly known as Twitter X was going rampant with a rumor that Johnny Gaudreau of the Columbus Blue Jackets tragically passed away in a car accident. And I was following this for hours. There was all sorts of, hearsay. My brother's a police officer. He heard this. Other people saying, I live close in the area. It is confirmed it's Johnny Gaudreau. Then there was a photo of a notepad, supposedly from the police department, with a bunch of stuff on it, with the information of the Gaudreau brothers. And no one really knew. And it was a lot of, what are your sources? It was not being confirmed. And I stayed up till probably about 2:30 a.m. watching and hoping that this was not true, but it just kept going on. And after, this was running wild for a couple hours when there was no source or anything that came out to refute it and say Johnny Gaudreau's fine, this is a rumor, which you would think would happen after a few hours of a rumor that was catching fire like this. It never happened. And as time went on, I said, wow, I kind of had a sick feeling, and I thought, this probably is true because no one's coming out to refute it. And I stayed awake, like I said, till around 2:30. Nothing came out. I think at around maybe 2 a.m. or 1:30 a.m., former NHL referee Tim Peel commented on someone's post and said this is unfortunately true, and then people attacked Tim Peel. The whole thing was crazy. I finally went to bed around 2:30, hoping that I was going to wake up to the news that this was a hoax of some kind. And, that's not what happened. I woke up a couple hours ago, and shortly after that saw all the stuff become official, and it's just a real tragedy. Well, I'll just share this article here from one of the local news outlets in that area. Headline: NHL player Johnny Gaudreau, brother, killed after being struck by suspected drunk driver in New Jersey. The fatal crash comes the day before Gaudreau's sister's wedding in Philadelphia. NHL hockey player and New Jersey native Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew have been identified as the two bicyclists who were struck and killed by a vehicle on Thursday night in Salem County, New Jersey. Police say the driver who struck the brothers is suspected of being under the influence of alcohol at the time of the crash. The Columbus Blue Jackets, as well as New Jersey state troopers, confirmed the passing of the Gaudreau brothers Friday morning. The crash happened around 8:30 p.m. on Pennsville-Auburn Road near Stumpy Lane in Oldman's Township. Johnny, 31, and Matthew, 29, were traveling north on County Route 551 close to the line on the side of the roadway. Police say 43-year-old Sean Higgins of Woodstown, New Jersey, was traveling north on County Route 551 in a Jeep Grand Cherokee when he allegedly attempted to pass a slower-moving sedan and SUV. Police say Higgins entered the southbound lanes of the roadway and passed the sedan. When he attempted to re-enter the northbound lanes, police say the SUV in front of him moved into the middle of the roadway, splitting the north and south lanes in order to safely pass two bicyclists on the right side of the road. Higgins then attempted to pass the SUV on the right and struck the Gaudreau brothers from behind. The Gaudreau brothers died from their injuries, according to state police. According to the police affidavit, the trooper who arrived on the scene detected a strong odor of alcohol, and Higgins allegedly told the trooper he had consumed 5 to 6 beers before the crash. Higgins allegedly told investigators that he thought the driver of the SUV was trying to stop him from passing. Higgins told investigators that his consumption of alcohol contributed to his impatience and reckless driving, according to the criminal complaint. The trooper also said Higgins then failed a field sobriety test. Higgins has been charged with 2 counts of death by auto, state police said. He is being held at Salem County Correctional Facility. The crash comes the day before Gaudreau's sister Katie is to be married during a ceremony in New Jersey on Friday, followed by a reception in Philadelphia. Both brothers were listed as groomsmen on her wedding website. The Columbus Blue Jackets posted to social media saying that they are shocked and devastated by this unimaginable tragedy. At my age now, I've lived through many of, celebrity deaths and entertainers and things of that nature, and they rarely hit home as hard as this one did. Johnny was a New Jersey guy, a hockey guy, played for Team USA. I remember him coming into the league and watching him, and tragedies like this for me personally just hit super hard, and my heart goes out to the Gaudreau family. I mean, I can't even imagine parents losing 2 sons in this freak accident, and a sister losing 2 brothers, and Johnny's wife and kids. It's an unimaginable tragedy. And drunk driving is a real problem in this country. I don't want to talk crazy here, but this gentleman that hit them deserves much worse than life in prison. But hopefully he never sees the light of day. It just sounds from the article like he was a real piece of trash, driving drunk and driving recklessly, and it resulted in two guys losing their lives, and it's super unfortunate. Thoughts and prayers with all of their family and friends, and for two Gaudreau brothers just to get hit by a car like this by a drunk guy. It's wild. It's wild. And for people that drink and drive, I mean, these are the things that could happen. And, you're putting others' lives at risk. And it's wildly irresponsible, especially in a day and age now where there's Uber and all these things. Not to excuse it, drunk driving in the past, but, these things that weren't as accessible. You couldn't just press a button on your phone and have a car drive you anywhere. I mean, there's really no excuse now. It's completely reckless. And this gentleman belongs under the jail cell for the rest of his life. And then, the NHL put out their statement. Headline reads, Gaudreau dies at 31, played for Columbus, Calgary. Brothers were struck while riding bikes in New Jersey. Johnny Gaudreau of the Columbus Blue Jackets died Thursday. He was 31. Gaudreau and his brother Matthew were struck while riding their bicycles Thursday in New Jersey. The Blue Jackets released the following statement. The Columbus Blue Jackets are shocked and devastated by this unimaginable tragedy. Johnny was not only a great hockey player, but more significantly, a loving husband, father, son, brother, and friend. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to his wife, Meredith, his children, Noah and Johnny, his parents, their family, and friends on the sudden loss of Johnny and Matt. Johnny played the game with great joy, which was felt by everyone that saw him on the ice. He brought a genuine love for hockey with him everywhere he played, from Boston College to Calgary Flames to Team USA to the Blue Jackets. He thrilled fans in a way only Johnny Hockey could. The impact he had on our organization and our sport was profound, but pales in comparison to the indelible impression he made on everyone who knew him. Johnny embraced our community when he arrived 2 years ago, and Columbus welcomed him with open arms. We will miss him terribly and do everything that we can to support his family and each other through this tragedy. At this time, we ask for prayers for the Gaudreau family and that their privacy be respected as they grieve. Gaudreau played for the Blue Jackets for the past 2 seasons after signing as an unrestricted free agent on July 13th, 2022. He played the first 8 seasons of his career with the Calgary Flames. The National Hockey League family is shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Columbus Blue Jackets forward Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman said. While Johnny's infectious spirit for the game and show-stopping skills on the ice earned him the nickname Johnny Hockey, he was more than just a dazzling hockey player. He was a doting father and beloved husband, son, brother, and teammate who endeared himself to every person fortunate enough to have crossed his path. Gaudreau often told the story of how his father taught him how to skate as a child in his home state of New Jersey and carried that same youthful passion through his 11 NHL seasons. A skilled playmaker, Gaudreau participated in the NHL All-Star Game 7 times, where he was always a fan favorite, particularly while showcasing his talents in the various skills competitions for which he was so well suited. He will be remembered fondly in Calgary, where he played his first 9 seasons with the Flames from 2013-14 to 21-22, emerging as one of the league's brightest stars while compiling the franchise's 5th highest career points total. His loss will also be felt profoundly in Columbus, the city in which he chose to settle his family and where he was one of the respected veteran leaders of a club building towards the playoffs. And both Johnny and Matthew will be mourned at Boston College, where they were teammates the year Johnny won the Hobie Baker Award in 2013-14, and at Gloucester Catholic High School in New Jersey, where both played and where Matthew was the head hockey coach following his own 5-year pro playing career. We send our most heartfelt condolences to his wife Meredith, their children, Noah and Johnny, his parents Guy and Jane, and sisters Kristen and Katie, and we grieve alongside his teammates, members of the Blue Jackets and Flames organizations, his many friends in hockey, and countless fans around the world for whom he created indelible memories on and off the ice. Gaudreau, who played 2 seasons at Boston College, scored 743 points in 763 NHL regular season games. And this one, like I said, it's just awful. I was wishing, that it wasn't true. I followed it for hours last night. It wasn't confirmed, and now we have it. Another horrible tragedy has, touched someone involved in hockey, and it's honestly a disgusting feeling. It really is. Like I said, thoughts and prayers to all of his friends and family. This is just, I can't imagine, what they're going through. And, I don't have much more to say. It's honestly just one of those, this is a tragedy. It's a complete tragedy. He will be missed. And the guy who did this needs to pay. He really needs to pay. But I never had the pleasure of actually meeting Johnny Gaudreau, but I have watched him live many times, both on the Flames and Blue Jackets. Obviously watched him on television a bunch of times, and most recently saw him with Team USA in the World Championships this year. And, like they mentioned, like Bettman mentioned in that article, from all accounts, it seemed like he was just one of those beloved hockey guys that we all root for. And gone too soon. So I'll be back soon with my regular kind of devil stuff, but I just felt like I had to touch on this for a minute. Life is precious. Life could be cruel, and it could end at any time. So, hug your loved ones a little bit tighter today. And, wow, I'm at a loss.